they're finally increasing the amount of AI tickets that we can hold. Said nobody ever. What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. Before we even cover the AI, I do have two matches that I do want to show you guys. One is going to be featuring how to deal with ice decks, because take a look at this. Ice decks have increased a lot, substantially. That kind of sounds weird together. They've increased a lot since the banner. I mean, look at, this is kind of an interesting hybrid grass ice. I kind of like this deck. But we got an ice deck right here. We have an ice deck right here. Ice deck right here. Ice deck. Ice deck, ice deck. So we're seeing a lot of ice decks in the meta, so I kind of want to help you guys on how to prepare for them. And then I also have a match that I do want to show you guys featuring a deck that I created. I matched up with somebody and they are using a deck that I created about 2 episodes ago. I think it was 2 or 3 episodes ago, and it is featuring the Primal Sphere deck. So I was super thrown off and excited when I got matched up against them. We'll go over that when we get there, but let's first address what is at hand. Maintenance announcements, maintenance scheduled, content update, preparation for an update. Remember we used to get these updates, preparation for an update, and it would take forever. It took like 2 to 3 months before we even got the actual update. They're coming back with this preparation of an update. Hopefully it's not like, okay, in preparation, okay, here's a preparation. Now, because of the update, here's an update on your update, and then 3 months later we get the update. I don't want to deal with that. But AI ticket limit increased to almost 10,000. I don't even know what it's currently at. Like what? Almost 1,999. I think. I don't know, because I sell all my AI tickets. But I don't like this. Why are they doing this? I'm gonna give you my opinions, and they might be a little biased, but I don't like playing against the AI. The AI, when I'm playing against the AI, I feel like their roles are manipulated a little bit. I feel like they get better roles. The thing is, I don't why are they promoting this? If you're promoting the usage of AI, that requires less attention to the game that you're developing. Why would you want people to have less attention to this game? I understand people, have work or are doing whatever and they want to get a couple games in, but wouldn't you want them to require their full attention to be fully immersed into the game? Why are they increasing this AI ticket usage, or increasing how much we can hold for AI? Just for us to use AI. I don't want to use the AI. I hate going up against the AI. And why do people even use AI? To save time. It's like cheating the system. I don't agree with this. I don't know why they're increasing the limit. Maybe it's for something, I try to be on the positive side. I try to look at why they're going to be doing this, or ways how AI would be beneficial to the game. But why do people use AI? Do they use it to learn? I mean, there is times where if you don't know what to do, you can use AI, and then AI might save you for a role. They might, if you would have attacked, maybe the outcome would have been different, but there's no way to measure that. Or maybe they make a better play than you would, which is good. And if you learn from it, that's also good as well. But the majority of people use it, I feel, is to save time, which I feel like is cheating the system, and it's taken away from being immersed in the game, less attention. The reason why I quit Pokemon Quest is because they had an autopilot. I don't want this game to be autopilot. I don't want to be playing against players who are doing work or whatever, and they just have AI and saves them time. I don't want that, man. I don't want that at all. They might have nerfed the time on AI, because there have been times where I felt like I've been playing, when you go against the bots, their time's going down kind of a little faster. So I don't know, man. I have no idea. I'm not with this. Please tell me in the comments below what you guys feel about them increasing the limit of AI to nearly 10,000. So I want to apologize. I don't have 3 boosters, and I don't have a lock booster that we can open. I haven't played that much. I played legit 2 games in the past 2 days. So these are the only things we have to open, and we get a C-Dot. Blue booster. I'm pretty sure that SHD in his last video pulled an E. I think, you pulled Magmortar, I think. Didn't you pull Magmortar from your blue? So hopefully I can pull an EX or a UX from my blue, and no. Cacnea, unfortunately, that's not what we're not going to pull anything good. Okay, so here we'll talk about my deck when we go into the first match. So let's jump into that now. Okay, guys, this first match, ice deck, pretty high-rated player. I think it was like 3.8, 3.9, something like that. Let's see. Nice deck. Pretty good figures. 3.8. So we're going to go to X Crew. Now here's my deck. This is what we're going to be kind of using my, I don't want to say anti-meta-ish deck, but kind of dealing with what's, I guess you would say maybe anti-meta, but the Rhyperior. I need a way to deal with Rhyperior and this thing, the Amara, and I mean, not really the Tyrant. I ran into a Tyrant before, and don't make this mistake. I've attacked with my Duel Blade, used the Power Battle. Tyrant hit its, what is it, the Big Bite, and I'm like, oh cool, I just out-damaged it, but I forgot. It's if you attack with the Steel type, you get KO'd, and not him. He got the evolution, and I lost my Duel Blade, and I lost the match because I relied on my Aegis Slash, So this is what we're running. We're running Duel Blade. Now, I personally would tell you guys to probably run Aegis Slash by itself. Aegis Slash by itself is so good because it can, you know what it can do. It can change its form. If somebody moves right here, you can just, if they go first, they move right here, you can attack this following turn. Boom, change forward, blade form, boom. Attack. But I'm using the Duel Blade primarily for the Rhyperiors and Ice decks the Amara because it's a free evolution off of it. We're rocking the Mute just to apply pressure, you know, get the Air Balloon cheese. This because meta, best goalie in the game. And then I do like the Aerodactyl because a lot of people do use Air Balloon. And I myself have used Air Balloon when the opponent had an Aerodactyl on the field and I couldn't jump over them. So I love the Dactyl. I like its will because its will is very survivable against Dawnwing. It's got a 3-star taunt and the Skydrop. I mean, mine is level 10. But look how the majority of this will can survive against the Dawnwing. And it's even can out damage the Dawnwing. That's kind of weird. Why in the world would an Aerodactyl be? Well, I mean, it does have high attack. I don't know what the base stats are for Dawnwings and Aerodactyl. But, so actually, yeah. Dactyl's not bad at all against Dawnwing. So that's what I use to counter it. And Mew after you've attacked it. But, I mean, okay. Too much ranting. How do you deal with ice decks? Use figures that can attack from range. If you have the Poipole and the Kartana, probably use that. If you have the I mean, everybody has the Duel Blade. If you don't have the Aegis Slash, I would highly suggest, it's so worth it. The Aegis Slash is worth it in terms of material or whatever you have to get it. I would totally do it. But if you're free-to-play player, the only thing I can really, advice that I can give for you guys is have an evolution. Maybe invest in rocking a full heal too. But those are the only things for free-to-play. Evolutions, full heals. So we're going against X Crew. Let's see how this match unfolds. They're going to go first with the Vulpix. I'm going to rush up with the Mew because I'm going to try and cheese them, but they know exactly what we're doing. So now they're going to cover goal, and we take the entry point. Now we're going to move up with the Dactyl here, and they bring on the Amara, and we're just going to set up our basic Shuppet wall here. Let's see, I'm being a little defensive there. Bring up the Duel Blade because, like I said, we are trying to go over this Amara. I'm like, okay, this is fine. He's going to come at me. He's going to move over, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over him, and we're going to power battle here. Actually, we could have maybe done that. What if we went on... What if we did the Vulpix instead? So instead of there, we go here, right? We get rid of the Vulpix, we can evolve. No, because then I feel like, yeah, the Amara is the bigger threat because it could still get its evolution off. That 3-star purple is nothing to allow to be on the board. And then, I mean, guys, even if we did take this out, we were in no position to, like, close the game. Because we could have went there. I guess we could have moved back. And then attacked it. We changed forms and attacked the Kyurem, but I don't know. So we don't make that play. We got rid of the Amara. I feel like that was a bigger threat. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think I should have done there? But now they're going to attack me with this Glalie, and we get a Shadow Ball Fortune Roll. We're going to make them respin, and we're going to do this one right here because we want to take the entry point the following turn. That's why I didn't get the other one. Unfortunately, they don't hit the Diamond Dust, so now what I'm going to do is we are going to change forms, and we're going to go after this Vulpix. Such great odds there. We do get rid of the Vulpix. And that's the thing, guys. That's the thing with ice decks. You don't want to attack into them because you don't want to be frozen. So what do? Attack from range. So now we're going to change forms back so we can attack the following turn. They're going to attack me. And we do get a clutch roll here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to Mega here. We're going to Mega with the Dactyl. That way we have both entry points sealed. And then we can get rid of the Kyurem the following turn. But what we have to do is we have to be careful because their Z gauge is up. And the Z move is, this Ice Z move is very threatening. So we're going to long throw here. And now I'm going to change forms. We're going to go straight after this Kyurem. And Kyurem is the centerpiece to all ice decks. And once you get rid of them, smooth sailing. So that's what we do. No problem, no freeze. And now what they're going to do, they're going to gold block here. Now this is a scary moment for me. I was anticipating the Z move. I thought about bringing up the Celebi, but what I decided to do here is I decide to attack because I know the Z move is coming. I anticipate the Z move coming, and I know that one of my entry points is going to be frozen. So that's why we try to get rid of this. So now they're going to Sub-Zero, and they're going to go after a Dactyl, and fortunately we do hit the Stone Edge, so we don't get KO'd, but we do, however, become frozen. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change forms. We're going to attack the Glalie. Continue to apply the pressure. Don't want to allow them to bring on figures right away. And we get the ball. Let's go. And now X-Crew here is doing the only thing they can do. They are going to hop over and they're going to try and land the Blizzard so they freeze both of my Pokemon. That allows them to have their entry point open. So they're going to respin. They do get the Blizzard. The only problem is I do have my Celebi that's in range of unfreezing the Mew, and then that is GG boys to Crew. Thought I heard my roommate yelling. I didn't want to take the L there, so I guess just allowed me to take the entry point. But all right, let's jump into the second match. All right, guys, this is probably one of the top, like my second favorite moment ever of becoming a content creator, just doing things in YouTube. My first probably being when I traveled to Peru and I got stopped on the street by a viewer saying, "Hey dude, I watch your Pokemon Duel content." That was so fulfilling and so awesome. But this D. Haley coming in. We made a deck. We made our Primal Sphere deck. Shout out to D. Haley. When I saw this, I was like, wait, this looks oddly familiar. And I was like, no way. I can't believe somebody watched my content, made a deck by it. And I was so thrilled to go up against this deck. I was like, I know what this deck can do. I ran it. I made it. Hopefully we don't lose here. So let's see what happens. The only thing is, I think D. Haley's got the Restore. I don't think we had the Restore. We might have had the Air Balloon instead of the Restore. But I like the Restore because he's got 3, and I agree with the Restore because he's got 3 restored Pokemon. Maybe I did. I don't think I had the Restore. I probably had Air Balloon. I really don't run decks without Air Balloon. So they're going to Primal Sphere here right away. I'm not going to rush them because I didn't want to get attacked by the Dactyl here. So we're going to set up our basic Shuppet Wall, be defensive. And I wanted to be a little defensive because I know, like I said, I know this deck. We created the deck. So we're going to Grass Sphere here because they do have the Lunala and they do have the Dawn Wings when it uses the Necroizer. So they're going to bring up their Dactyl. I'm going to bring up my Dactyl. That way he can't go through me. I can't go through him. And then he brings up... Okay, we're going to stop talking about this. All right. He brings up the Necrozma. And I'm like, all right, whose ability do I want to get nullified? Well, the only Mon that doesn't have an ability is Mew. Mew and Mewtwo don't have ability. Let me repeat that. Mew and Mewtwo do not have abilities. You know who does have an ability? Bayleaf has an ability. And a bunch of other common and uncommon and rare and other figures have abilities. And these two, Mew and Mewtwo, do not have an ability. Hashtag, please give Mew and Mewtwo justice. Like, they need to rework it. They need an ability. They need an ability. Like, Mewtwo is like arguably one of the strongest legendaries ever, and it's so lackluster and not even used. Well, I mean, it's kind of used, but not really. Hashtag justice for Mew and Mewtwo. Please, in the comments below, because they need abilities. So that's why we put the Mew there, and then a great play there. Moves the Dactyl here, but doesn't attack. And I'm like, okay, I think maybe he just wants to get the entry point. So I move up the Dawn Wings here, because I figured if I move the Dawn Wings, he is going to move the Emera. I don't think he's going to put the Lunala there. Lunala doesn't have that good of odds against the Dawn Wings. So because I did that, I wanted to essentially come here. I wanted him to come like around here, and then I'd bring on my Dull Blade and then attack the following turn. But because he challenged me, I was like, oh, I'm kind of scared. I'm going to back off now. And then he backs off. I'm like, okay. So now we're going to come back forward. And then he comes, takes an extra point. I like, and he attacks me. Unfortunately, he gets the taunt. And I'm going to ride that momentum. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to Ultra Burst here, and we're going to go after his Dactyl because the Dactyl is a bigger threat to my deck. And then we can attack the Emera the following turn. So we go after the Dactyl, and again the Dactyl hits the taunt. 2 taunts in a row for Dactyls feels bad, but he has the Restore and the Max Revive. So now he's going to attack me, and he does get the Evolution off. But what I'm going to do is I am going to hop over and then I'm going to Mega with my Dactyl the following turn, and that gets rid of this Amulet. That 3-star purple is very dangerous. So goodbye, Auroras. Things are going pretty well for me. Let's see what happens next. He's going to max revive here. His D gauge is coming up, so we have to be careful of that. He's going to bring closer to the Dactyl. I think I said, nope, I don't. Why did, okay, this, I probably should have attacked there with the Ultra. I attack here now. The reason why I brought on the Duel Blade is I knew my turns of Ultra were coming out. So I wanted to advance up my Duel Blade because I wanted my Duel Blade to get close to this Blacephalon to attack it. But anytime I've played Blacephalon, and it's not too often, I've probably played against 3-ish Blacephalons with a Duel Blade in my deck, and every time I attack it, I don't get the roll. They end up hitting the Shadow Beam. They rarely ever hit the Call Signal when I attack into my Duel Blade. But anything else, they get the Call Signal. So that's why I did that. I don't know. I probably should have attacked. I wasted a turn of Ultra, so I probably should have attacked there. But anyway, they're going to Necro here, and they're going to get rid of my Dawnwings' ability. And then I move up the Celebi the following turn, because I want to protect my my Dactyl here. And I also knew... So I still have max revive in the back, right? And I knew, because my plan is to attack into this Dawnwings. And the problem with that is they can hit the Moongeist Beam and they can get rid of my Dawnwings, but at the same time, it's not necessarily that bad because I don't have an ability anyway. Well, because my ability is only good for people who have gold attacks, and he doesn't have any gold attacks right here. So I mean, I guess it would have been good if he burst, but I don't know. For some reason, it clicked in my head. I'm like, if I attack here, it's fine because I have the max revive and I don't have an ability right now, so that justified me doing this next turn. So he's going to restore here. He's going to bring on the Auroras. And just like I was talking about previously, I'm going to go to attack into here, hoping for the Grass Knot into the Prismatic Laser. But they do get the Moongeist Beam, and they are going to get rid of my Dawnwings. Take my entry point again. And now we're going to move up with our Duel Blade because we're going to attack in here. Shuttle Flip. Let's go. Do I attack here? Oh, yeah. I Corkscrew. So, debatable play again by me. I Corkscrew Crash here just to get the evolution off. And instead of moving back to where I was, I move right here because I'm like, oh yeah, they have Air Balloon and they're going to have to Air Balloon and attack me, and then I can surround the following turn. But I have my Dactyl on the build, so the board, so they can't Air Balloon, but they have the Dactyl right here. He can just move through me. And their Z gauge is up, so questionable play on my end. Definitely should have moved back to here. And my opponent also has the Go Block, which it's one of those times where you make the play, and then you check the play. It's like, oh, please don't have this, please don't have this, and they do, and you're just like, oh, I'm an idiot. I should have known that from the start. I fall into that problem like so many times. But instead, what he's going to do is he's going to Supersonic Side Strike, which when he covers the goal. I mean, it could have been game here. I could have hit the Shadow Ball, but I don't. We do hit the King's Shield. So now, that was a misclick there. I totally did not mean to do that. That was definitely a misclick right there. But because of that, now what we're going to do is we're going to hop over with the Celebi, and we're going to try and get rid of the... Oops, don't stop. The Dawnwings, but we don't. We do get a Sky Drop here, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hop over, and we're actually going to get rid of this Auroras. Just so we can have advantage on the board, because they already have one in the Ultra Space. So now we move with the Mew. Oh, dude, okay, so this... Okay, so he attacks with the Dactyl, right? And unfortunately, we don't get damaged. Bad roll from the Dactyl. I move up there because I'm like, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to Air Balloon the following turn, set up us around because he has weight. I know damn well what Aerodactyl can do because I have an Aerodactyl. But guess what happened? I got Aerodactyl. I tried to Air Balloon, tried to go over the Dawnwings, and I couldn't because the Dactyl was on the board. But we do, however, get to KO the Dawnwings, and they are going to take the de-evolution. So he's going to hop over here with the Dactyl. He's going to attack me, and again, we are surviving. This Dactyl is just not... Well, he's hitting rolls, but I'm hitting better rolls, or surviving rolls. But now we can bring out our Dawnwings. I'm going to move up here, because our Z-Gauge is coming up, and I want to take the entry point, but D. Haley moves over and attacks. Oh, and he attacks, and we get the fortunate roll. I mean, I guess I could have really went either. Well, I guess I had better odds, so I don't know if I would have necessarily done that. But he's going to Supersonic Strike here, and I'm hoping my... I love this play, because, I mean... There's 50% chance he wins the roll, but he doesn't get it. But my Celebi has to roll, and the Celebi does roll white. And now I am benched. So my Z gauge is coming up. He's doing the right thing by protecting his goal because he doesn't want to get the Moon Maelstrom here. Attacks my Mew and the... Oh, he finally gets the KO here. Gets the KO here. I think I move up the... Yeah, move up here. He moves there. Do I take the entry point? Take the entry. What happens next? Can't remember. He attacks. King Shield. Do I move? I think I move on Celebi. Yeah, I move on Celebi because I was in fear that my Aegislash was going to lose the entry point. But he attacks again, and we do get the fortunate roll. However, we are frozen, but we can unfreeze our Aegislash with our Celebi, and now we have a surround set up, and he attacks here. I think he should have just moved closer, but we do get the Shadow Ball. We're going to make you spin. If you spin your purple, you are gone. If you are not, we are still going to surround you, and he does hit the call signal, so now we're going to surround. Problem is, their Z gauge is coming up. We have to be wary of the Psychic Z move from this, and he's going to Mega Dactyl here, because I like the play here. He Mega Dactyls here, because if he moved anything off the goal, if he moved to here, or if he moved this over, I would have Z moved with the Aegislash. So we move on our Dactyl. Now he's going to Shattered Psyche. He's going to go after my Aegislash, and Aegislash, all you got to do is hit Shadow Ball. Can we please hit Shadow Ball? If you do, this will be GG. Boys, and we get a clutch Shadow Ball. Let's go. Well, it's not necessarily over yet. It's practically over, but we have to figure out how we're going to get rid of the Dactyl here. So what we're going to do is we are going to Menacing Moonraze Maelstrom. I understand he does have a 4-star purple, but I decided to take the risk, and we got very fortunate here. Now things we could get frozen here because he does have 3-star, but we do get the clutch Moongeist Beam into their Ancient Power. So good games to Haley. It was so awesome seeing you run this deck. Let me know. Are you still running this deck? Or are you using something different? But we're going to cut the video there. Maintenance on the 3rd. That's in 3 days. Another weekend with no event. But hopefully we get some good stuff. All right. So we're going to cut the video there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, as always, peace.